That afternoon, crouched in the stronghold of Terabithia, they had a council of war. How to get Janice Avery without ending up squashed or suspended. That was their problem. Maybe we could get her caught doing something. Leslie was trying out another idea after they both rejected putting honey on her bus seat and glue in her hand lotion. You know she smokes in the girls' room, right? If we could get Mr. Turner to walk past while the smoke is pouring out. Jess shook his head hopelessly. It wouldn't take her 5 minutes to find out who squawked. There was a moment of silence while they both considered what Janice Avery might do to anyone who reported her to the principal. We gotta get her without knowing who done it. Yeah, Leslie chewed away at a dried apricot. You know what girls like Janice hate most? What? Being made a fool of. Jess remembered how Janice had looked the day he made everyone laugh at her on the bus. Leslie was right. There was a crack in the old hippo hide. Yeah, he nodded, beginning to smile. Do we get her about being fat? How about, Leslie began slowly, how about boys? Who's she stuck on? Willard Hughes, I reckon. Every girl in 7th grade slides to the ground when he walks by. Yeah, Leslie's eyes were shining. The plan was all coming in a rush. We write her a note, you see, and we pretend that it's from Willard. Jess was already getting a pencil from the can and yanking a piece of notebook paper from under the rock. He handed them to Leslie. No, you write it. My handwriting is too good for Willard Hughes. He got set and waited. Okay, she said. Dear Janice. No, dearest Janice. Jess hesitated, doubtful. Believe me, Jess, she'll eat it up. Okay? Dearest Janice. Don't worry about punctuation or anything. We have to make it look like as if Willard Hughes really wrote it. Okay, dearest Janice, maybe you won't believe me, but I love you. You think she'll, he asked as he wrote it down. I told you she'll eat it up. Girls like Janice Avery believe just what they want in this kind of situation. Okay, now, if you say you don't love me, it will break my heart. So please don't. If you love me as much as I love you, my darling. Hold it, I can't write that fast. Leslie waited, and when he looked up, she continued in a mooning voice. Meet me behind the school this afternoon after school. Don't worry about missing your bus. I want to walk home with you and talk about us. Put us in capitals. My darling, love and kisses, Willard Hughes. Kisses? Yeah, kisses. Put a little row of X's in there too. She paused, looking over his shoulder while he finished. Oh, yes. And put P.S. He did. Don't tell nobody. Let our love be a secret for only us two right now. Why you put that? So she'll be sure to tell somebody, stupid. Leslie reread the note, nodding approval. Good, you misspelled believe, and to. She studied it a minute longer. Gee, I'm pretty good at this. Sure, you'd probably have some big secret love down in Arlington. Jess Aarons, I'm gonna kill you. Hey girl, you kill the king of Terabithia, you're in trouble. Reside, she said proudly. Regia what? Did I ever tell you the story of Hamlet? He rolled over on his back. Not yet, he said happily. Lord, he loved Leslie's stories. Someday, when he was good enough, he'd ask her to write them in a book and let him do all the pictures. Well, she began, there once was a prince of Denmark named Hamlet. In his head he drew the shadowy castle with the tortured prince pacing the parapets. How could you make a ghost come out of a fog? Crayons wouldn't do it, of course, but the paints, you could paint one thin color on top of the other so that you begin to see a pale figure moving from deep inside the paper. He began to shiver. He knew he could do it if Leslie would let him use her paints.